From Sinatra, swing to Brando's stage. Marilyn's grace to JFK's age. It's Johnny Russo, Hollywood's own, where Jeannie Raymond's secrets are shown. Hollywood Godfather.
Welcome, everybody. It's time for another Hollywood Godfather podcast. Tonight's show, it's so, I can't believe it myself, and I lived through it 2 different times, which we're going to get into. But we always hear that life imitates art, art imitates life. I had 2 experiences this past week that freaked me out. Let me introduce Jeannie Raymond, our co-host, fortunately.
Hi, everybody. Hi, Gianni. My favorite night, getting to spend an hour with you.
Well, thank you, my love. Don't forget, we're all going to Knoxville together.
Oh, we are going to have a ball.
Fanboy Expo in Knoxville, July 11th. Come and see us. We'll all be together at the booth.
Absolutely.
Well, the other night, as I was saying, I woke up because, you know, I nod off. I don't know if it's the wine or me, just my age. I nod off and I wake up and I see a guy in an electric chair right in front of me. And I'm saying, wait a minute. That's P. Diddy. Did he get, I thought maybe he got convicted. Maybe I fell asleep for a week. But I can't believe, and now I'm watching it. I mean, they're going through it.
Oh, boy.
They assembled the witnesses in the booth to watch him. They put him in the electric chair. They shaved his head. They prepped him. And I'm saying, this guy's going to die tonight. I couldn't believe it.
Right, like they're televising it. Well, tell them what you were watching, Gianni.
Well, when I'm getting to that now, I was watching the Monsters Ball, which was made, I don't know, 20 years ago, more.
Yeah, I Googled it after you and I had talked about it. Now I'll have to look it up again. But it's an old movie, very old movie.
But I'm saying to myself, here's a guy, all these, from that movie on, I don't know what he's made in his life. He's super rich and did, you know, he became this wacko. And I mean, I'm not judging him at all. The jury will. But
Right.
What is going on in his mind now? He sits in a cell. He's been locked up for how many days?
Yeah, I don't know, a long time. It's been a long time.
And no bail. But to make this movie and to go through the experience of the reality of the whole process, I was freaking me out. And I don't know the guy. I'm not going to judge him. The jury will. But I can't believe just watch it. And then they actually electrocuted him.
Yeah,
Did you see it at all?
Yes, I saw that show. It's crazy because all I could think of is watching that, thinking, I wonder how much. I don't know if he, from what I understand, he's a pretty arrogant guy. Maybe he thinks he's not in trouble or he's not going to pay any prices. Maybe he's thinking, nothing's going to stick and he's going to walk. I don't know. And, but watching that and thinking, holy crap, it's got to be disturbing.
I can only say from my own life's experience is that, I got involved in 3 homicides. Going to, once one was a pedophile, one was a drug dealer, and one I went to a ladies' rescue. So, I mean, obviously I was not convicted, but even during that 30-day transition of the acquisitions and going through the evidence, all crazy things are going through your mind.
Right.
Now, here's a guy sitting in a cell, I would say half a day, 12 hours, 14 hours a day.
Yeah.
I don't know how long he's in court. But to make this movie, and anybody who has not seen it, you should get it. Monsters Ball. It's on every way you can get whatever you get your cable and all on. But it is like so real.
Yeah.
Knowing now he's convicted of this, and this may be the alternative.
Yeah.
How do you sit there?
Right. And the thing about it is, even just what an adjustment for him just sitting in that cell every day from someone who has lived in the lap of luxury
And
to
the
be
houses
stuck
and the
in that.
mansions.
Yeah. And to get his way all the time, and that's a benefit that a lot of people have. People waiting on them, taking care of them, and life's just,
I heard he was very generous, and he took care of a lot of things, good
right.
and bad. But
Very charming, I've heard. I don't know.
I never knew him before this case.
Right.
I'm not in that
Genre.
side of the entertainment business, thank God.
Yeah.
And I hear now so many people,
Right.
unfortunately, even guys that you would never think would be dragged into this, is like Steve Harvey. I mean, and
Oh, geez.
people that are so far removed from that rock and roll, whatever that life is,
Right.
but they're all getting dragged in, and he's saying they're all going down with him. He ain't going down alone, and I believe him.
Right. He's not one of those people that is death before dishonor, I guess. He's he's not going to be one of those. He's going
No,
to drag them all with him.
I don't think he's going to commit suicide like Epstein in his cell.
Oh, no, no, I'm just
If
saying.
he did commit suicide, we don't even know that.
Well, there's many people, they'll never rat, right? He strikes me as the type he'd be happy to make sure everybody gets to come along with him. From what I'm hearing, I clearly I don't know him or anything about him, but it's so disturbing all the way around, and to be stuck in that cell. I'm so claustrophobic. The thought of being stuck in a jail cell, that's right there. My claustrophobia is going to keep me behaving, because if I had to go in one of those, I'd freak out. But yeah, watching that that movie, and it'd have to cross his mind. I don't know what kind of penalty he's looking at for any of this, but
well, they have all kinds. I mean, they have the ultimate. They're going to go for the electric chair, they said.
Oh, wow.
This is why I'm saying. That's why, to me, I mean, something you just said, it's amazing, because you're claustrophobic. But the 5 years I spent in Bellevue until I was 12, I said I'd never want to be confined like that. And I was in a 20-bed ward, not in a cell.
Right.
But I couldn't go anywhere. I saw nobody other than the people that were there and the staff. And that's what kept mulling around in my mind, is that, knowing what that movie, he went through it.
Right.
And maybe he just thinks he's that above. Maybe that's why he's so arrogant. He thinks he's so above the law, got away with it for a long time, and didn't think he was going to get caught. And I understand he bought his way out a few times.
Many things. Well, I think if you had the money, why wouldn't you? I think a lot of people would buy their way out of anything they'd get the opportunity to buy your way out of.
Well, to me, though, that's after you're in it. Right. I'm saying if I made that movie and witnessed the electric chair, I mean, I would stay so far away from. That's why my claustrophobia, basically, I made sure I ain't never being confined again.
Right.
And I've left the country several times while they were trying to confine me, until they found out I had nothing to do with it.
Right.
So, I mean, and he definitely had those privileges. I would have never stuck around and just waited for this whole thing to fall down on him. But
yeah, he's got it's interesting to see how that goes around, and it will be amazing to see. I mean, I've heard different names are being drug into it. I haven't watched it. Somebody asked me about something the other day that was on TV, and I was clueless. And they said, "Well, don't you like to know what's going on?" And I said, "No."
not the negative stuff.
No, because it's all, I listened to the news, and I listened the other day for about 10 minutes, and my exact words were, "This is why I don't like to watch this."
Well, you're right.
There's so
You're
many
right.
things there's nothing you can do about it. I'm somebody at work asked me today, they said, "Well, we hate to ask you, we know you're so busy." And I said, "Well, someone should be able to do this or that, but we know when we ask you, you'll get it done." I said, "Then why stress yourself out over it?" I said, "Don't ask me for something if you don't want me to fix it, because that's what I'm going to do. When they're like, well, it's the principle of the thing." I said, "I'm not the girl. Don't come to me unless you want a problem fixed. Then I'll help you fix it." But I don't like to watch the news. I don't like to be around things that I have no power to fix, and that just stresses me out, you know. And so,
I've always been a news mongrel because I'm the guy that gets up in the middle
yeah,
of the night and watches what's happening. But the unfortunate thing is we don't have the John Cameron Swayzes anymore. We don't have the people who, what they say you believe. Today, the news media is told what to say,
right.
even knowing their lies. So, what are we watching here? You don't even know what's going on.
Well, that's the thing. I think I've told the story before. I watched the debate with Hillary Clinton and Trump, and I thought, okay, I'm going to watch this. I'm going to be a grown up and watch this. And I watched her say something and spew out a bunch of words. I'm not a fact checker. Even if I did get on Google and try and confirm it, that doesn't, whatever article you pulled up is going to say whatever it wants. Well, then Trump got on and said, "No, she's lying. That's not true. It's this." And I thought, "Oh, this is horseshit. I don't have time to fact check everything you guys are saying. I don't know where the right answer is. There's got to be a right answer. There's got to be a legitimate answer. I'm never going to find it, and I'm not going to take time to find it."
Well,
But
I
that's,
mean, like I mean, what I know of you in the past few years, you put in a full day. You are definitely, I mean, how we met is that you've impressed Pat Picciarelli because he was a vet and he spoke to you, and you obviously convinced him that you were doing it all, and you did do it for him. We met, and I met thinking he knew you the way he was talking about you.
yeah.
I thought
No,
maybe you were dating. I'm saying, and then I realized he never even met you.
no. He's a happily married man. I have a lot of friends,
Well, I
but
don't know about how happily married he
yeah.
is, but I'm just
Well,
saying.
I don't know. He seems, anyway, I'm always welcome. I will try and help anybody, I can point them in the right direction. I always tell people, the show Lethal Weapon, and Joe Pesci was in the show, and his name in the show was Leo Getz. And he's like, whatever you need, Leo gets, get it? And that's what I always say. I'm like, if you need me to help you find something, I'll help you get what you need. I necessarily, like with Pat's stuff, I can't do anything with what he needed, but I can say, hey, here's where you go to get help with this. Or even, I can't do a lot of things, but I'm a good networker and I can help get you to the right people and point people in the right directions. And yeah, and
That's really important. Just that in itself,
yeah.
giving the right guidance and not
Well,
just
yeah,
saying, well, you're on your own.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, that's when people. I'll tell you, Gianni. One of my most um a day I loved my job and was so thankful. I had somebody call, and if people get the wrong number and they call at my office, I'll just say to them, this isn't the right department. I will find you a phone number and get you where you need to go. And there was a guy that had called, and he said, "I need to get this piece of paper to this guy," and he told me his name. And I said, "Oh, I know who he is. I think his desk is in just the next suite here at work." And he said, "It's got to be in today, or, I'm going to be in trouble." And I said, "I'll take it over there. I'm going to hand it right to that man. And then I'm going to call you back and I'll let you know that he's got it." And I said, "Give me a few minutes, fax it to me. I will run it across the hall." And I did. I got back and I called him and I said, "Okay, I've dropped it off. Rick has your paperwork. You're good to go. You don't need to worry about it anymore." And he said, I don't know why it makes me almost cry. He said to me, "I had to have my leg amputated earlier this week." That's why I
Had
couldn't
what?
he had to have his leg amputated.
Oh, okay.
And he said, that's why
I
I
thought you
couldn't.
said plural.
Oh,
Legs.
no. Yeah, he just said, I would have gotten it in there. I'm so sorry it's late, but I had to have my leg amputated 2 days ago. And I just
Oh
wanted
my
to make
God.
sure I got that to you. And I thought, dear God, you know what? It took me 2 minutes to do something that made a huge difference in this man's life. It was part of his home being remodeled since he was losing his leg. And I thought those little acts of kindness are
Oh,
big deals
no.
to people.
But
And I
that's
was,
who you are, though. That's
yeah,
you see, either you are a person like that or you're not. A
right.
lot of people are angry and they take it out on everybody else. They
Yeah,
want everybody to be as miserable as they are.
yeah.
I've never seen the world, and I've been around a lot longer than most people. And I've been on the street faster than most people. I was on the street by the time I was 12. But
Yeah,
I never seen, and it's not just in the United States, it's all over the world. There is so much bitterness and
yeah,
anger. I mean, I could understand the pressure we're under.
right,
Like here you and I are talking, and over the weekend they invade Iran.
right.
I can't believe those B-52s. I saw planes like that, but to think they could drop a 35-pound bomb, or what was it, 350 pounds? I don't even
I
know.
don't even
Looked
know.
bigger than a building. But I mean, it's a scary world we're living in,
Yes, it is.
and I'd rather be happy with people
Oh,
and
I
just
agree.
give me a hug type of thing, Jesus.
You know what? There used to be a guy named Leo Biscaglia. Do you know that name?
No.
They called him Dr. Hug. He just was a guy that hugged people all the time. And you'd be surprised how many times you grab a hold of somebody and give them a hug and you can feel that they just needed that. You know what I mean? They just needed that human connection. They needed somebody to hug them. And, I'm all for, I grew up listening, part of the Mormon way. I'm not super Mormon. I went to the Mormon church when I was younger. And I really love a lady named Joyce Meyer, who is a evangelical preacher on TV. Anyone I told you with a sense of humor, I'll listen to you. But I loved her, and I've always heard, lose yourself in the service of others. And I just thought, you know what? I would much rather be helpful to somebody and be a good person than not. I'm not good at holding a grudge unless you mess with my kids or my people, then it's a little different story. But um, I just, I find I'm a happier person that way.
Oh
And
yeah. No.
I may get screwed over a lot, but it's a lot better than being a shit of a person, I think. So I don't know. I think the world needs more people that'll worry less about themselves and more about their fellow man. I had a friend that had surgery and then had a stroke 2 weeks ago. And everybody was going, you don't have to help him. And I said, I know. And they said, you're just a good person. And I said, I would feel like a real horse's ass if I wasn't a good person right now. And I said, it's not like I deserve a medal because I'm helping somebody when they need it. Um, More people should just be better to people.
Each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
And well,
Fortunately, I learned early on. My floor nurse, Dolores Barone, if she left the floor and didn't give me a hug, man, you would think she cut off my arm. See, why? Because you need it, like you said.
yeah,
People just take it for granted, and some people, it's a necessity to feel
well,
wanted or know that somebody else is thinking about you.
right.
It's
Well,
important.
and even what you do, Gianni, with your foundation, Gianni says yes, you can. You're making things. You're helping kids in ways that will be life changing. You know what I mean? And I always think, I don't have a lot, but guess what? I'm happy to help and give where I can. I just think if more people worried about other people than they worried about themselves, I know that's not the popular view anymore, but I don't know.
But it's funny you should say that. so timely when it's time for us to go to commercial.
Oh,
But I've been inundated with wants this year, more so than ever. I mean, I just got a beautiful letter from a girl, only had 90 averages all through high school. And like you pointed out, she wrote me a letter and she got accepted in medical school.
oh, another one.
I know, but like you said, but
That's amazing.
how could I'm not going to mention a name on the air, but I volunteered. I said, I'll make it work. She told me the number. It's an astronomical number a year. And the fact that she's so brilliant, they're letting her finish her whole education in 5 years. She'll be a doctor in 5 years by the time she's 23. Now, how could I not? But
Right.
with saying that, anybody that has some $10, $20, whatever they want, just go to GianniBelievesYouCan.org, mail a check. We'll send you 100% write-off. It all goes to charity. But I think this year, I'm hoping I can fulfill all the requests.
Well, we'll certainly put that on our show notes in case you guys didn't get that. Even what you pay for a cup of coffee, any amount that you
Whatever.
get going to
Hey,
go 100% towards helping these people, and these are kids doing worthy causes. I mean, she's going to be a doctor. That's incredible, and she's
well,
going.
yeah, not only that, and she kept the grades up. She
That's
got
awesome.
somewhat of a scholarship, but she still needs 23,000 more a year. 23,000. She's not
Bless
asking
you.
for $23.
Right, right.
It's like $2,000 a month. But anyway, I'll do it. But if anybody's out there needs a write-off, Johnny Believes You Can. It's a 501c recognized corporation out of Florida. I could send you credentials and become a monthly or a yearly
Sponsor. Yeah,
contributor, sponsor.
that's awesome. That's
And you
so
can
cool.
follow the kids. It's a great thing. I follow some of the kids that I have. It's great to see their achievements.
Oh, absolutely.
I have a kid now coming year. I got him into New York Presbyterian to finish his doctorship. He'll be there in cardiology. So,
Wow.
okay. So, and a real commercial, as we mentioned earlier, it's the Bad Boy Expo in Knoxville. And Jeannie will be with me at the booth
Fanboy.
July 11th and 12th.
That's right. Fanboy Expo. We'll put that on our Instagram and stuff as well. So please like us, share the show, comment, get your tickets. Come to Knoxville. Hey, I'm coming from Utah to hang out with Gianni and Julia. I am so excited.
Yeah, you went through the roster. Tell them how many people are going to be
Oh my
there.
gosh, the people that's coming: Gene Simmons from Kiss, and I don't know, the bass player from Kiss, William Shatner. I love him. I love him. Bo Duke from the Dukes of Hazzard, John Schneider.
Wow.
I am so excited.
Well, it's a big show. Big show.
I was scanning through to see all the people on there. I was like, holy crap, I'm getting a ticket. So
What do you mean you're getting tickets?
well,
You're coming. You're so funny.
I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's going to
Well, you
be so
deserve it.
fun.
We're going to
So
have some
fun to
fun.
hang out with you and Julia. She's so beautiful and so kind. It's just, I can't wait.
And make sure you come find us at our booth, Gianni Russo, Hollywood Godfather. Jeannie will be there. Julie will be there.
We'll have
Your
a
son will
ball.
be there too.
Yeah, my son Cameron, he's going to come
Yeah.
hang out with us. He's going to get my Italian friends together. Cameron
all good.
Caputo. He's my Caputo. He's got skin like you, Gianni. 5 minutes in the sun. He's looking tan and beautiful, opposite of his mother.
Oh, really? Okay, okay.
Well, he's my child. You go out in the sun with him, you can sit in the sun, the same sun for 5 minutes. He comes just this beautiful tan skin. Here's mom over here turning into a lobster, getting sunburned and red. It's fun, but you guys will get along very well.
I can't wait. So now we have another film that I watched because we're going through a heat wave, and when
Oh,
it's 110, I sit in my house and just thank God this place is so well insulated, and my apartment never goes above 75 degrees. But
I, I
I
saw that,
watch,
Johnny. I checked out the weather today, and it said like 50% humidity.
I know,
I about died. I don't know how you take it.
I don't go out.
You just sit there. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I did. I checked on you guys today to see. I wonder if it's gotten a little warmer there. Oh
Yeah, it's
yeah,
going
it
to be
has.
105 tomorrow in New York City, and then it breaks for the weekend.
Wow.
But having watched another movie that totally blew me away, I watched Billy Bathbeach.
Bathgate.
That what?
Bathgate. Was it at Bathgate?
No, Bathpage.
Okay, I thought it was Billy
Bath
Bath.
Beach. It's
Oh,
It's Brooklyn, a town of Brooklyn.
oh, you would know. I'm sure I have it wrong, but wow, what a show!
Oh, you watched it?
I did.
Well, the movie intrigued me because again, I'm just surfing, looking at stuff, and I love Joe Pesci, and he's a good actor. I met him, I know him, and he is in this movie. He's playing Dutch Schultz, and this kid. Correct me, am I wrong?
Hoffman, Dustin Hoffman.
Dustin Hoffman. I know he's one of those short guys.
Right. Sorry, I just brought
Dustin
up that other guy.
Dustin Hoffman. The
Right.
bottom line is though, he sees this young kid, very American looking, juggling on a roof ledge from outside his club. And the kid knows who he is. He's very impressed with him. And the next thing you know, he's running down the street and sees him again, calls him over, and he gives him a $20 bill. $20 bill then. It's like $100 bill. And all I could remember was me and my relationship with Frank Costello.
Gianni, I watched that movie, and it was like somebody read your book and made a movie. It
I
was.
know, which is like so scary. And that was made a while ago. Thank
Yeah,
God.
that's an old one too.
Yeah. So I like the idea because, I mean, for the audience that doesn't know, I'm in negotiations with a major producer right now, major for Netflix, to do 8 1 hours of that book and 8 1 hours of my new book, Mafia Secrets. So, I mean, I'm hoping that comes true just because then I won't be asking anybody for money. I'll be just paying all these kids to go to school out of getting rid
Right.
of my tax dollars. Anyway, but again, watching, because I don't really watch that much television unless there's something I want to see. But during this situation of the heat waves, there's nothing else to do. But that, if you have the opportunity to watch this movie, and the only difference between him, Dustin Hoffman playing Dutch Schultz, Frank Costello, I never heard him raise his voice.
Oh yeah.
What this guy does, and this is one of the intriguing things you want to see the movie, he commits murders in front of this kid just
And
to see his loyalty. Murders, shoots people right in the forehead, kills them.
I was watching that, and I thought, holy cow. And the kid just didn't seem, he didn't ever freak out. He didn't run. And all I could think of was, and I know you said Frank was a very calm, very
Oh
quiet
my God.
man, didn't raise his voice, And that guy in the show is a lunatic, Schultz.
Totally. But I never knew that about him. I never really followed Dutch Schultz. What do I care about Dutch Schultz? My whole thing was Cagney and Bogart when I was younger.
Right.
To see this movie the other night, I mean, there are some great movies out there. And Netflix, I gotta say, they're really doing a job on it. But
Well,
to
it,
watch this kid elevate himself, and then Dutch Schultz, who was married, like most of these guys, had a mistress on the side. Let the audience know who his mistress was
Nicole Kidman.
early
Oh,
on,
what'd you say? She,
early on in life.
oh, well, I could not believe when I saw her. I thought, again, all I could think of was you. Here's Nicole Kidman and this bombshell in this show, right? Comes walking in, and this poor young boy's just like jaw dropped, watching this bombshell walk around. And I thought, I thought of you. I thought, oh, this poor kid doesn't have a chance.
Well, no, but see, that's again in a comparison. When I
Oh,
met Marilyn, I was 15 and Marilyn Monroe, for the audience that don't know. I was 15 and a half years of age. When I saw her, I already was watching her 15 times, as our audience probably heard this a million times, in, Some Like It Hot. But here we have, which I was amazed at, Nicole Kidman, and this is one reason you should go watch the movie for you perverts like me out there. She did a complete nudie, frontal, back, everything.
right.
I couldn't believe it. I was saying, wait a minute, this is something that I
You
never
don't see
thought
very often,
I'd be
right?
saying about her, but was a good movie though overall, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was fantastic. Gianni, you and I, what did I send you? We're on to movie reviews now, because remember, I can't even believe I text you in the middle of the night, but I was set up and watched that Nonus, and
Oh
I
my
was
God,
thinking,
yeah,
oh, he'll get it when he wakes up. But you and I do a lot of late night movie watching, it turns out.
yeah.
But we've found some great ones. But
I
wow, what a show!
bringing that up while we're on the air yet. Let our audience write letters to us. Go on to my IMGb.
Oh yeah, IMDb.
Yeah, go on to that and find out. I've done 46 motion pictures. I did 200 hours of television. Why don't we do a show a month on movies that you want to talk about that I made? I made some
Okay.
great ones, or some television shows. I did so many Rockford Files and even Kojak's way back when.
Oh
So I
wow.
think we're going to make that a segment. What do you think of that, Jeannie?
Yeah, I
Once a
love
month,
that.
it's like the mailbag, and
Right.
they're telling us what they want to know. This should only be targeting movies or television shows that I did, and
Okay.
we could discuss it.
Oh, I would love that. Well, you know what I watched at Christmas? I watched the Family Man.
Oh yeah, great movie.
I love
Nicolas
that.
Cage.
Right.
Nicholas,
I
that's
I
on
think
every
that's really,
Christmas.
I love that one. And then of course I'm a big fan of Seabiscuit, because
Oh
I
my
love those
God, yeah.
horses. So
And
oh, it popped up the other day and I saved it for you. It's like the 25th anniversary, or that's probably the wrong number, of Mario Brothers.
oh, you're
Did you see
kidding.
that? Oh,
Oh
it
yeah,
was a busy weekend, Gianni. I had back-to-back 3-day basketball tournaments for my grandson, and I had a lot going on. But there, it was the anniversary of Mario Brothers. Do you remember when you did that?
no, I don't know. I did that for my kids. It was
That's what
so
you said.
funny when I took my little kids to the movie, the premiere. I kidnapped the princess in
Right.
the movie. They
You
wouldn't
know,
talk to me.
that's so funny. Well, I got to tell you, and maybe it might have even been an old post, but it popped up on a thing and it had the poster and stuff of it, and I took a snapshot of it, but I don't know where it went, so I will certainly find it. But it was um
No, but for who's listening, think about it. Write us what you want to hear and see, and we'll do it. Let's make that a segment
oh,
because
for
we're always
sure.
looking for new stuff.
Right,
And
we can go back and check it out.
yeah,
um how many years
just
ago
write
that
us a letter or a card or however you do this
right,
on our
that
social media.
exactly. You can comment on Instagram. If you're watching us on YouTube, we can look for it there. You can go to hollywoodgodfatherpodcast.com, and it'll show you on there where you can do it. But that'd be great. I would love to talk about that,
Yeah, let's do it.
because
Okay.
you've been on a lot of good ones. Striptease, right? Is
Oh
that
my
right?
God. Striptease with Demi Moore was insane. Oh my
Yeah.
God. And she was training simultaneously for G.I. Jane right after that. So she did two big films back to back. But
smoking hot body. She's always been so
Oh
beautiful.
my God.
She even didn't she shave her head for that? And
Oh
who can
yeah.
shave their head?
G.I. Jane, yeah, she did. Right after our movie, actually. She was training during our movie, even. Anytime she was down, that Warner Brothers had a trailer with all her equipment in it on the set. And she'd go in there and work out like a fool.
Well, okay, if you're going to be in shape for anything, that you got to go to boot camp if you're going to be stripping on a movie.
Hello.
If I had to do a strip tease, I would be in ship shape myself. You know what I mean? So she kind of got it all
No,
glommed into one.
she had two back to back, which was crazy.
Yeah, she is a beauty.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really excited to do this. I can't wait to go through um and find a bunch of those movies and talk about them because I love them. I love the Rockford Files.
Well,
I
they're
grew
all
up
there. It's
watching
perfect. So, with that said, let's put the pressure on the audience.
that. Okay.
Next week's show is going to be either about a TV show I did or
Okay.
two. We could do two in a segment or a
All right.
movie. Just get cards into us. And next Monday, we will do a show on this.
Sounds great. I love it. I love hearing about your movies. I mean, I know The Godfather and Brando was so into mooning everyone
Oh my
and
God, no.
and practical jokes, but maybe this will start kicking up some memories of fun stuff that happened on the sets when you were making those movies. Because
Well, and any given Sunday was 38 movie stars, plus
oh,
every major football star, every
right.
major coach and owner. We had everybody in this movie. So that's another good movie. That's
Oh,
great. So next week we're going to do that.
absolutely. All right. Well, I'm excited. So I'm going to start watching some of these movies to kick up some questions for you too. I'll tell you what I did see was Any Given Sunday. I saw that thing. My kids loved that show,
Yeah.
and it had Jamie Foxx, right?
Oh my God, it was a good movie. Good
They
movie.
were always walking around the house singing Willie Beeman, which was the guy's name. I've heard that stupid little singing in the background for 30 years.
And
Because
that was his first motion picture. He
oh,
came
I
from
love Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Foxx show. It came from his show, and we put him in a starring role. I told him to get a publicist. He should have got nominated, but he got
Oh,
nominated right after that for Ray when he
oh
played
yeah,
Ray Charles. My God, I think he
that
won the
guy.
Oscar for that too.
Right, he is so talented. I mean, he's been in for that he sang, but before that, when he had a comedy, like just a comedy special, um, he was singing in that, and I thought, my gosh, this guy can sing.
Oh
He's
no,
got
he
a
can
great
sing,
voice.
play
Very
piano, does
talented.
everything. He's very talented.
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
let's do one more commercial and say goodbye.
All
Until
right,
next week. Now we have a new challenge for you all. So get your cards and letters in and let's address it, please.
right.
All right. Don't forget, Fanboy Expo, Knoxville,
That's right.
July 11th and 12th. Is that right?
Right.
July 11th and 12th.
Yes.
Yep.
Hey, it turned out at the perfect time. I never make a big deal of my birthday, but I am this year. I'm going to spend it with
July
someone.
7th is her birthday. Come and help us blow out the cake.
Yep, 7/7. It's lucky for me this year. I'm so excited. It's going to be fun.
And
So
seven's my lucky
Knoxville,
number,
Tennessee.
period.
I know.
That's
So
good.
Fanboy Expo, I'm going to put some. I'll spread that on Instagram as well. Come and see us. Bring your pictures of Gianni. He does autographs. He does pictures.
You do it all.
That's
And
right.
anybody that's seriously, again, we have a great, unfortunate demand for scholarship money, and it's 100% write-off. I don't care if it's $10 or $100. You get the immediate write-off, and you can do it with a credit card too over the phone. We'll send you the
Oh,
receipt. So
awesome.
either
Okay.
way, there's no reason not to do it.
That's right.
All right. Until next week, God bless you all. Stay safe. Who's our friends? We got to say goodbye.
Jose, we're always thinking of you. Hope you're doing.
Jose, buddy.
That's
Hang in
right.
there.
Hey, how's your guy that lives with you? Is he doing well?
I'm sorry.
The guy your house guy? I can't think of his name. The guy that
Hu-
helped you at your house?
Hugo,
Hugo, yeah.
he passed.
Oh, God.
Yeah, he
Oh,
died. He died less than a month ago.
I'm so sorry.
I'm glad you brought it up now before I go up to you because
Oh,
no, he was with me 23 years.
oh,
But
I'm sorry.
he went great, and I thank God for it because he had very bad prostate cancer. I
Oh,
didn't want him to go through all that chemo. He died within 3 weeks.
oh my
I was
goodness.
so happy for.
Yeah. You
So,
know, it's funny when you're finally happy that someone gets to go and
oh,
is
yeah,
in.
without pain. I've
Yeah,
seen too many people with that chemo and prolonging it,
right.
and it's only destroying them more. Let's talk
Right.
about positive things.
That's
God
right.
bless you all. Stay safe. Till next week. God bless.
That's right. God bless. Have a good night, Gianni.
Good night, my love. Thank
All
you.
right. Bye-bye.
Hollywood Godfather, swinging bold, unveiling legends both new and old. Gianni and Jeannie shine.